What is up, everybody? It's your girl Shayla ELIZZY, and welcome back to Afro Zodiac. I'm doing a non-sponsored video on my my acne.org product review. I guess I'm doing a review, Let me just get into it. So I've been using acne.org for maybe about 7 or 8 months now. When I first found out about the product, I thought it was great. Like, it reminded me of Proactive in a way. With the acne.org products, you aren't supposed to use any like scrubbing, anything that has scrubbing beads, anything like that. It's no washcloths, it's no, brushes, silicone, or bristle like fibers, whatever. Like, it's none of that. It's just your hands. You just use your hands, and you're not even supposed to like press your hands really into your skin. So I really like the concept, and I watched another YouTuber, ELIZZY Forever. She talked about the products, and I was like, you know what, I saw this, and let me just give it a try. Here I am giving it a try, and it's been 8 months later, and I can actually say that I really like the products. They're a little bit heavy, and they say that you're supposed to use a whole pump, but I found that using a whole pump is just too much. I like to stretch stuff out for as long as I have to, or as long as I can. So the first product is the acne.org cleanser. And this is my second purchase. The first purchase I bought was this size. So, and this is the second size. So this is the largest size of the cleanser that you can get. Because this is the cleanser, this goes the fastest. It has like a cleansing smell. I don't know if you guys ever smelled like the lotion Lubriderm or Eucerin. It kind of has that kind of smell. I don't know how to describe it really. This right here is one of the main products from their line that you can't be too heavy with, because it's not like your face is as big as a pot or pan. Like, you don't have to use that much. So I literally take maybe a dime size. That's not even a whole pump, because if you pump the whole thing out, it's about the size of maybe a quarter and a half. So I use about a dime size or maybe a nickel size pump, just because my face isn't that big, and once you lather it up, it lathers up so well. Like, it gets so white and soapy that you don't need that much. So that's why I went through the first bottle so fast, because I was using a whole pump. But this is still pretty heavy. If you like let it dry completely before you put on the other products, it says you're supposed to like let it completely dry. I let it get like where my face is like damp but almost dry, because I don't like it. It leaves you like a really drying feeling. Like, it'll leave your face so dry that when you put on your products, it's almost like a relief. That's how drying this stuff is. That's what I kind of don't like about it. I guess that's supposed to be a part of the process. That's why you can't just wash your face and keep it going with just the cleanser. I like the cleanser though. It could be a little better. So the second product is the benzoyl peroxide. With the benzoyl peroxide, it has kind of a benzoyl peroxide smell. It smells very similar to, I believe, step number 2 in the Proactive process. I like it. It's really light. So with this, the thing is, it's light, but once it's on your face, it gets kind of like a sticky film if you use too much of it, and then you have to wait till that dries too. But if you use like just the right amount, it'll like dry on your face nice and smooth. So that it just all depends on your face and how you like your face to feel. But I personally just like thin layers. I don't like heavy layers of stuff, even makeup. Like, I don't like to feel heavy, like there's actually something on my face. Another thing about the benzoyl peroxide, it is 2.5%, but honestly, like, after you use the cleanser, and then once you put that on, between those two products, your face is like so much lighter. Especially, well, mine is. I don't know about you guys, if you've already used it or if you're watching this video to get a reference, but with my experience, right here in my T-zone and like right up here and a little bit down here. It's just so, it gets so light. Like, it's so light. And I don't really understand why, but it's just a little weird that it actually makes my skin light. I guess I used Proactive before when I was in middle school, and I don't really remember if the benzoyl peroxide from Proactive made me I don't know, y'all. I can't remember that far back. So the third product in this process is called the moisturizer. So the moisturizer, I've actually, it's all like all bent up. I don't know. It's probably because I squeezed it too hard. But this is the only one that I've bought so far. And it's lasted for a while. I don't use the moisturizer a lot, and I'm about to tell y'all why. The reason being is because when I use the moisturizer, it just feels so heavy. Like, I have to literally, I'm about to show y'all how much I use. Ew. I literally use this much. That looks so disgusting. But that's how much I use of the moisturizer. You're supposed to use a whole pump, but I can't use that much because it's so heavy. And it's this, I don't know if this is oil based. I don't know if this is oil based, but it's just so heavy on my face. So I don't use this third step a lot, just because, like I said, I don't like heavy stuff on my face. I don't like to feel like there's actually something on my face. Even when it dries, I still feel like I could go like this and like rolls of product will come. I don't know. I just don't like heavy stuff. So this, they could improve on this. Like I said, it's a little bit heavy for me. So that's why I don't use that much of it. But it doesn't clog my pores or anything. When I first started to use it, I used a whole pump of everything. I did everything just as they told me to do. But with this, I mean, I'm just, with this line, I just can't use as much of this stuff as they're telling me to. Like, even when I'm in the shower and I use the cleanser, I can't use that much of it. But yeah, it doesn't like clog my pores. It doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna get a pimple, but it's just heavy and I don't like that too much. So a substitute that I use for the moisturizer, they have another product called AHA glycolic acid, and it's 10% glycolic acid. So if you guys are familiar with the Proactive or any of the other like clean and clear scrubs and stuff like that, that's all of that stuff, that abrasion on your skin is called exfoliation. And exfoliation, it just helps lift up all of the dead skin cells on your face to rejuvenate your skin in a way. But acne.org, like I said, does not like, you know, they don't recommend scrubbing because any type of abrasion causes more acne. And with my skin personally, that's true. Other people's, you know, skin is different. Some people's skin needs the extra scrub to get their dead skin off, and they don't get extra bumps. But I just happen to get extra bumps when I scrub. So with this, I really like this because, number one, it barely has a smell. This is the product out of their line that I feel like has the least strongest smell between this and the benzoyl peroxide. It's really good. The thing is, it's heavy. You have to use a lot of this because if you use a little bit, it's I feel like it causes more pimples than take away. My skin is just a little sensitive, y'all, so I know. But I use about this much, and that's enough. That's enough. That's not like a whole bunch, but that's enough to get around my whole face. And this is supposed to be the exfoliation part of the whole process. This is a chemical exfoliation rather than a like scrub. I really like their concept when they say, like, you know, don't scrub your face, only put enough pressure on your face to where the product is touching and not your hands. Like, you know, if you follow those rules with this product line, it'll really, really be phenomenal. Like, the results are phenomenal. My face was awful. I'm gonna see if I can maybe find some pictures and I'll post them on my Instagram. But back in middle school, I tried to, I don't know, y'all. I tried to use Proactive, but at the same time, middle school, I was going through puberty hard. Like, I had the worst acne. Me and my brother both went through it so bad. Like, acne. I had backne. I had face acne. I had acne on my chest and on my arms. Like, it was just really bad. And, like, you know, I tried to use Proactive, but I just, maybe because when I used it, I was going through puberty. So I felt like, you know, it wasn't working, because I honestly had pimples from 6th grade to like 9th grade. And after 9th grade, the pimples started to like slow down. 10th grade, I still had some. But then 11th and 12th, you know, they just started to slow down. But back then, I wasn't really into skincare and like actually taking care of my skin. I kind of just woke up, used whatever soap was in the bathroom, and just scrubbed it all over my face with my fingernails and stuff like that. So it helped a little bit as far as just unclogging my pores, but it left them open. I didn't use any processes or anything like that. So I feel like, you know, I just used Proactive too young, and it wasn't going, nothing was going to help. Whether if I would have found acne.org back then and had my mom buy it for me, it wouldn't have worked, just because, you know, it was puberty. I had to let it run its course. So, but now that I'm older, this stuff is just like, my skin is like, I have one little bump, like, it's just so flat. Like, my skin has never been like flat like this before. Like, even but before I started using this, I used to get these big giant pimples on my head. Like, it was just so bad, y'all. And now, I don't know, it's just, my skin is just bomb. It's flawless, all thanks to acne.org. Like I said, the products for me, I just don't like super heavy stuff. It is a little heavy. If you're like me and you just don't like heavy stuff on your face, if you do decide to get this, just get it. And you see how big this is. I bought this like 2 months ago. So just don't use a lot of it. Literally just use a little bit, but I promise you it works. Besides the little bit of heaviness that I don't like about the products, it works. So if you want to know where to buy all of these acne.org products, I will link the full website and the individual items themselves down in the description box, and I'll also put in some links to some other videos that you guys need to see from your girl. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.